Hey guys, today off the supply table you're going to get one worksheet and you're going to get a white strip and a black strip. The first thing I want you to work on is the white strip, and this is going to be our label for our paints. Okay, you'll notice that your white strip has these two lines on it. That's because this is going to have to wrap around your paint tube. Okay, so those lines tell you where you need to write your label at, because if you end up writing it and it goes way across those lines, then your name of your tube is going to end up wrapping around, and we don't want that. All right, so you're going to have to write kind of little, and you're going to name it after yourself. So I'm writing kind of small, Mr. Calvert's, writing nice and neat. This is part of your work of art. All right, so Mr. Calvert's, remember to put apostrophe S. That shows ownership. It's my paint. And then I need to write the name of my paint. Right, so mine is kind of this lightish green. So I think I'm going to call mine Seafoam Green. And I'm going to carefully write that below it. And if my name was too long, I could have done an extra line. I could have done like Seafoam and then put green below it. Okay. If it goes out of lines, you probably need to erase it and try it again. Then you're going to take a Sharpie, and you are going to Sharpie your name. So Mr. Calvert's. Right, and you can see that I left the seafoam green part. That's because I'm actually going to use a green marker for that. Okay, so if your paint was red, use a red marker. If your paint was an orange, use an orange marker. I'm going to carefully trace my letters. Mr. Calvert's Seafoam Green. Last thing I need to do with that label after writing my name is I'm going to carefully glue it to that black strip of paper. So I'm going to flip it over. This won't take very much glue, so use dots of glue. Just going to put it right around the edge. Don't want it to ooze out all over the place. And I'm going to glue this in the middle of that black strip. Okay, just like this. And we will put those on the drying rack to dry. Okay, your next thing to work on after making your label is this worksheet, and it is called an artist statement. And this is going to tell me a little bit about what you were thinking while you were making your artwork. So it says, my name is, so you got to write your name, Mr. Calvert. And I am in 3rd grade. The title for this artwork is, so you need to come up with what you want to name your artwork. You could name it Paint Tube. You could name it after the paint that you created. Right, I'm going to name mine, the title for this artwork is Seafoam Green. Okay, this is what you want to name your artwork. My artwork looks like a tube of paint, or whatever you think it looks like. I used blank to make this artwork. So I used plaster strips. I'll write this one up on the board because I know it's kind of hard. I used plaster strips and celluclay. I'll write those up on the board. I found using these materials to be, so this is going to tell me how you felt while you're using them. Was it hard? Was it frustrating? Did you enjoy it? I found using these materials to be different than other materials I've used. The most enjoyable part of this project was, so what did you like most? Did you like mixing the paint? Did you like making the paint tube? Did you like naming your paint? Okay, that's all up to you. So for me, the most enjoyable part of the project was mixing the paints. The color that I created is called, so what'd you name your paint? I named mine Seafoam Green. I made this color by mixing. So now tell me what you mixed together. I made this color by mixing blue, yellow, and white. And this next question is about Mr. Stuart Semple and Anish Kapoor, our two artists that we learned about. It says, I agree/disagree, circle 1. That means you're going to circle whether you agree or you disagree with this. I agree or disagree that an artist can own a color so that no one else can use it. So do you believe that Stuart Semple was right? If you believe that Stuart Semple was right, you're going to put I disagree. That means that you don't agree that only one artist should get to use a color. If you agree with Anish Kapoor, the guy who owned Vanta Black, and he was the only one who could use it, you're going to put I agree because you believe that he can own that color, that nobody else should be able to use it. That's your opinion. You need to circle 1. We've got 2 more questions. One thing that I really like about my artwork is, it's pretty easy. Write about what you like. Do you think you painted it well? Do you like the glitter that you added to it? Do you like the name that you gave it? Obviously, I'll put the labels on later, okay? So you can't really write about the label, but you could write about the name. All right, so you're going to write what you liked about your artwork. And then the last one says, one thing that I could do better is, and you're going to write about one thing that you thought you could have done better. Could you have come up with a better color? Could you have come up with a more creative name for your paint? Could you have maybe done a better job sculpting your sculpture? When you're done filling this out, you're going to put it on my basket on the supply table. Make sure to clean up your spot.